All right, guys. I have a thing about not making videos when I'm sick and writing. I went down Sunday night, and last night I was in the bed shivering and all kind of stuff. I don't know what it is. I had a minor surgery last week, so I don't know if it's an infection in my body. I don't know what it is, but I don't need to talk to you about it. But that's where I've been for the last day. But I still have been watching the combine. We'll get to that in a minute. But the most important thing that's happening today is free agency is getting ready to open up in a matter of minutes. Well, the legal tampering part of free agency is going to have to open up in just a minute. And, you know, I lurk around Cowboys site and things, and everybody's, you know, I don't think we're going to make that much movement in free agency. And then especially with the draft, like, oh, we need defense because in our minds, we're thinking that we still have that team that lost to Green Bay in the playoffs, and we need to think about what we need to do to just tweak that team a little bit. We're not in that situation. We're in a different situation. I like the situation we're in. That's why I'm like so eager to listen to everything that's going on right now, because our team is going to drastically change in the next coming weeks, especially with the draft. Let me tell you, these are the free agents that we either need to sign or replace. You know what I'm saying? These people that if we don't sign them, we're gonna have to sign somebody to take that spot, or draft someone to take that spot. So we have Brandon Carr, got to sign or replace. Rolando McClain, have to replace. Mo, have to sign or replace. Ron Leary has to sign or replace. Barry Church have to sign or replace. Mark Sanchez has to replace. Andrew Gactar has to sign or replace. Darren McFadden have to sign or replace. Lance Dunbar have to sign or replace. Jack Crawford have to sign or replace. Gavin Escobar have to sign or replace. Terrell McClain have to sign or replace. This is a lot, right? Justin Durant have to sign or replace. Josh Thomas maybe, but we will have to fill that cornerback spot, so we'll have to replace. Terrence Williams, wide receiver 2, going to have to sign or replace. Kellen Moore, another quarterback. We usually keep 3 on your roster. Right now we only have 2, and we don't know if Romo's going to be there much longer. And Ryan Davis have to replace, and Bryce Butler, I believe that we have to replace, not really sign. So that is a lot. And that's stuff that we have to do. We have to do it. And then, you know, from the few videos that I have made, I hear the we need defense cry. I know we need defense, and I know we need defensive line, a pass rusher. We need a pass rusher, I know. But we've invested in pass rusher. You have to think about with DeMarcus Lawrence, with Charles Tapper, with Randy Gregory. We don't know when he's going to come back or whatever. But we've been investing in pass rush, and now we have to shore up other positions that we haven't been that we use those draft picks for defensive end. One is wide receiver 2. Our wide receivers, Dez, Cole Beasley, nobody. And Cole's not a 2. Cole's a slot guy. So we have to have a wide receiver 2. That's why I was listening to all the wide receiver rumors, and I was like, why nobody is saying Dallas? Because we can't roll into the season with Dez, Cole Beasley, and some camp fodder. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have some receivers here. Either we're going to have to draft people that are good, or we're going to have to sign some people that are good. Either T. Will or better. Because T. Will is going to be a pretty big price tag himself. He's going to get a lot of money out there in the free agent market. So you have to think about that. We have guys who are performing the duties of a pass rusher. We have those guys on the team signed that are performing duties of the pass rusher, and we need to work with them and try to make our investment in them pay off. But at the same time, we don't have any receivers. The same thing with our secondary. No Mo, no Carr right now, no Church, no Wilcox. Got to sign or replace all 4 of those guys. In the draft, going to have to get them. Going to have to maybe find somebody in free agency or whatnot. So there is going to be a ton of activity with the Dallas Cowboys this offseason. A ton of movement. So I want to be on top of it. You to be on top of it, whatever. Now to the defense of the draft. Don't worry. I know I was in love with Christian McCaffrey, and I was in love with John Ross, and I'm still in love with those players. But the defense is insane. The defense side of the draft, there's absolute monsters over there. There's people who, there's Clay. You know what I'm talking about? With Clay, Obi from Connecticut, 6'4", 440, 44-inch vertical, and I think 11.7 long jump. Just ridiculous numbers. So that's a perfect Clay. Hassan Reddick just blew it up. Perfect Clay. Then you got players out there. When I was looking at Raekwon McMillan doing his stuff, as big as Raekwon was, he was just like, I was like, woo. And there's a whole lot. There's a whole lot of defensive talent. And this is how it was. Jabril Peppers just blew up as a linebacker, but you know, he don't want to be a linebacker. He wants to be a safety. He said, you know, I'm a safety or whatnot. He looked like he's separated. Well, he was among the elite with the linebackers. But when he went out there with the safeties, he was just another real good one. You have to see the combine, the defensive backs. You have to at least watch that on NFL Network. They're so good. They're so big. There's so many corners over 6 foot that run 4.5s and 4.4s. They're so good. So we can load up, like, and my thing is like, is there any way we can load up on a bunch of draft picks so we can get these guys or whatever? But it's going to push talent. There's going to be a lot. That's going to be a huge influx of talent in the NFL this year. And for us having so many holes, it may pan out beautifully for us. The only thing that I want to make sure on the offensive side of the football, because our offense is the reason we were who we were. You know what I'm saying? We can't mess up the offense, because if we mess up the offense, it's going to, in the same token, it's going to mess up the defense. So we have to keep the offense running at an elite stage. And right now, we're going to have to get another lineman. Because we're going to have to replace Free, going to have to replace Leary or whatever. We're going to need one more guy. Hopefully Chaz Green can be that guy, and our investment will pay out for us. But we need that, the wide receiver. We need a good wide receiver. We need to upgrade T. Will. We don't need to go out there and get another Bryce Butler type. I don't want to talk junk about Bryce Butler, but you know what I'm saying, a Bryce Butler type, and put him right there in T. Will, and he doesn't quite reach what T. Will did. You know what I'm saying? If we're gonna sign somebody else, at least draft someone with a better skill set than T. Will that we can use, or sign T. Will, but we can't go back down. We can't go down from that. And that's all I'm saying with the offensive side. The defensive side of the ball, I mean, we're saving money. We can go out and we can get the guys that Marinelli absolutely wants for his scheme or whatnot. But I'm excited. I'm excited. It's 9:24 a.m. on the West Coast, but it's getting ready to start. And I don't know, the whole Romo thing. I don't know. I got drunk on that Redskin trade. I didn't bring it up to you because I thought it was too stupid to even bring it up. But in the back of my mind, like, man, if we can get some picks, but it's looking like Romo's going to be released. And you know, you know, you want the best for Romo and all that kind of stuff or whatever. But in my mind, in these situations, especially with players you love, you have to make the best decision for your team. You can't think about that person anymore. You can help them out all you want to after, you know, the playing days are over. You can bring them back into Dallas. You can, you know, bring them back, have great, you know, appreciation days or whatever. But when you're doing the team business, keep the team's interest first, not anything else. All right, guys. All right, that's a 10-minute video. I'm going to go back and lay down. All right, holla at you. Peace.